In today's video, we are looking at the Sony ZV-1 Digital Camera. We're going to be taking an unboxing of this camera, and we're going to be showing you the improved video quality over this Logitech Brio webcam, which is currently being recorded. Now, Michael, why have you brought this camera? So the reasons I brought this camera are it's got 4K support at 30 frames per second, which is great. It's also going to have a really improved video quality over what is a webcam, which I currently use, which is a good webcam, the Logitech Brio, and it can do 4K, the Logitech Brio, but I just feel like when I'm doing like close-ups of products and I'm sort of showing you inside of the PC and I'm showing you like other sort of like more detailed sort of things, like the Logitech Brio is perfectly fine for this sort of overview of like a talking head sort of shot. It's perfectly fine for that, but I think the Sony ZV-1 will be able to, I'll be able to get some good professional videos from this, and I'm looking forward to using it. Now, it has a flip out screen which flips out to the side, and you can rotate it so it can basically, it can look at you. You can see the screen at the same time as you're recording, so that's quite a nice feature. I quite like that. As I said, it's 4K. Has got like a lot of slow-mo options if you want to do the slow-mo, but I'm not really interested in that side. I'll probably be using this digital camera mainly at 1080p for now, but I might try and bump it up to 4K. Depends how I go with the video and sort of like the file sizes and what have you. So, you know, this does look a really good camera. I mean, it's got great reviews from other YouTubers. This seems like the camera of choice for a lot of YouTubers. I mean, especially if you're vlogging, if you're outside, it has a good internal microphone, although I will be using my Blue Snowball instead. I'm hoping really that it brings on my YouTube channel to the next level, especially with technology channels. Getting real detailed images and real detailed video, really crisp video is very important, and I'm hoping that the ZV-1 can do that for me. Now, how much did I pay? Now, I brought this in an Amazon used deal, like a used warehouse deal. It was used like new, so it should be in pretty decent condition, but the box has been repackaged, and you can see where it's not actually, you know, it's not like a pristine box like new. But I'm hoping it'll be perfectly fine, and I would have saved a bit of money. I think I saved about £100 or so off the actual full retail price. So the full retail price is around sort of 700, but sometimes it can drop down to about 600. I brought this for £575, which is a lot of money, and certainly for me is a lot of money, but I think it does look a good camera. I'm certainly looking forward to using it. I mean, like I say, if it isn't right for me, I could always return it as well, but I don't think I will return it. But I think that's probably me blabbering on enough about the ZV-1. Let's get to the unboxing. Here it is. First of all, there's an accessories sort of pamphlet. We'll leave that to the side. We have our reference guide, or what's probably most likely a user manual. We have some advertising for Sony, for an extended warranty and what have you. Okay, this is the actual user manual, it looks like. So this is the startup guide, they call it. Fairly thick, but obviously multilingual, so you'd expect that. A few other bits and pieces, probably about warranty and stuff, I would think. So let's get onto the camera. So it comes with basically what's called a dead cat, which is when you put the microphone, you basically put this over the microphone and it kind of helps for the wind and stuff, but as I'm using this inside, basically I don't think I'll need that. It has a micro USB cable. Now the cable is actually fairly small, so you probably would want to purchase one separately. Any micro USB cable will be perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, you probably won't be able to see that on camera too well, but it's a fairly small cable there to actually charge your phone. It comes with a rechargeable battery, obviously, inside the camera. Sorry. So let's have a look at this. Hopefully you can see that there. Yep. So I'll go to the back, top there, that's the bottom, and the sides. Let's just take a little overview quickly of here. So as I was saying, that's where you'd put your dead cat, or the sort of like slip on for it here. That would just slip onto there. And then next to that you have your on off button, you have your mode, you have like your zoom in buttons and what have you. You've got a big record button there, which is nice to have on the camera because most people are going to be using this for video. Really, if you're a photographer and you're only taking videos, this camera really isn't for you. I probably would look elsewhere. And this C1 button here, I think, is for the blur. It does what's called a bokeh, or like a blur background. And this is one thing I kind of would like to get, because at the moment my background isn't really kind of blurred in. I kind of want a little bit of blur here and a bit of blur there, and just to kind of make it that little bit more YouTubey look. That would be nice. Here onto like the front, obviously that's the that's the sort of viewfinder, or the LCD, so you can obviously see your video and what have you. You've got like a preview there. It also go red, I think, as well when you're actually recording. It will go red around the outside, which is nice. There's your menu, your functions, sort of like your sort of like scroll wheel to go through the options and what have you in the menu. Another button there, a recycle bin sort of button there, which I think also doubles up as the product showcase on and off button as well, so that's nice. And then just another sort of play button here, which is so you can view your videos basically that you've already recorded. Now let's have a look inside. So it has the battery in there. I think that's pretty easy to take out, and also you've got the SD card there as well. I'll put an SD card into it. But I think with the SD card, obviously if you're using this away from your studio or something, then you will need an SD card. But you can actually hook this up via HDMI. Let me just close this. So you can hook this up via HDMI at the side here, and if I just open that, so you've got a mini HDMI. I don't know if you can quite see that there. A mini HDMI to HDMI, and then you can actually set up a capture card into your computer and actually just capture off that, which is pretty much what I'll be doing. I think just to kind of capture the video, and then I've got my separate Blue Snowball mic for the audio. So I'm hoping that will kind of work. Now let's see if there's any sort of power in here. If I just open this, okay, so it doesn't actually look like it's charged at the moment. Okay, so looking at the bottom, we have like a tripod connection there basically. So if you are connecting to like a tripod or some kind of like selfie stick or something like that, you can obviously connect there. But the only other thing to show you is it takes micro USB, as I said, so that's there. As I said, that's like a very quick overview. Now what I'll do is I'll switch over to the ZV-1 and we'll see what the image quality is like, and if there's a improved video quality to this, which I'm obviously hoping there is, but we shall see. So 3, 2, 1. So here we are. I switched over to the Sony ZV-1. Few things to report. Basically, the charging took about an hour and a half. I think the battery was totally flat, so it took about an hour and a half to almost 2 hours actually to charge. And there has been quite a bit of sort of settings and stuff that I've had to make here. Now, on the ZV-1 here, we're using the internal microphone, and I've got an SD card in there, which is obviously recording this here. Now, I've tried to set it up to my capture, but haven't really been able to sort that out yet. There's a bit of the picture kind of looks a bit funny, and I'm just gonna have a try with the settings to try and sort that out basically. Yeah, and also on the actual picture itself, it comes up on the actual screen itself. It comes up with loads of like options around the side. I'm not sure how to turn that. I'm sure I'll be able to find how to turn that off. But basically that's obviously coming onto the HDMI capture, and then obviously it's not very good. So there's quite a few options and things I need to do to change with it. But I've got the product showcase on now, so I'm going to show this mouse, and it should do the motion blur. So as you can see, I think back there you can just see how it kind of blurs out. Yeah. So that's pretty cool actually. I'm quite happy with that. Let's try a graphics card now. That's pretty cool. Just having fun with my camera here. Yeah, hopefully this image quality is good. I'm recording at 1080p here, 50 frames a second. So hopefully this is good. Obviously I need to set up my microphone because it's the internal microphone at the moment, or I might potentially just purchase another microphone for this one here, but I kind of want to use my Blue Snowball, because that's obviously what I've used for quite a long time. So yeah, on the camera itself it says there's about 5 hours worth of actual usage for 1080p at 50 frames per second, so you know, it does look like there's a good amount. I think once you go to 4K, that's when it really starts coming down to probably about 45 minutes that you could use. But that actually, I think that might be for the SD card, the amount of room it has, rather than the battery. Sorry, because it's obviously taking up gigabytes of the SD card. I think I've got 128 gigabytes in this SD card. This, like I say, this is just an unboxing of the ZV-1 and just sort of a little play of initial settings and what have you. I'm obviously going to have to do a lot of tinkering and what have you and changes, but I do like what I can see already. I can see the picture looks pretty clean and everything looks pretty nice. So what I'll do is in the editing have a look at what this is like and see what this compares to. Actually, I'm going to try one more thing as well. It is a little bit more zoomed in actually than I thought it was going to be. In terms of my webcam's comes out quite a lot more, the width. So the lens on this is a little bit zoomed in compared to like a normal Logitech Brio webcam. So it's probably only about 75 degrees sort of angle coming out of the actual, because where are we up to about here, the limit here, and then the limit's about here, so it's a little bit different. It's a bit more cropped in, so you probably, if you've got like a smaller set, that could be really good because you've got quite a decent crop. But apparently as well, once you go to 4K it crops in even further, but I think probably I'll just use it at 1080p because it's just easier for file size, and then obviously for video editing and what have you for my computer at the moment, because I'm probably not quite ready for 4K video yet, but potentially I will think about moving towards 4K. So yeah, I think that's going to come out pretty well. I just want to see what it looks like. Just what it looks like when it goes in, because what I was finding basically was the when I was zooming in on my components and what have you with my webcam, it was just looking quite sort of grainy and just I just didn't really like the quality of it, and I'm hoping here with the quality here that it will help. So let's put that to the side. So actually, how far does that go? Okay, my computer's about to fall over there, not good. So there is a fair width to that actually. But yeah, like I say, this is just the unboxing of the ZV-1, just a bit of a play around video for me here. So I hope you did get some use out of this video and it wasn't like total waste of your time sort of thing. I hope you have been enjoying the videos lately. I'm trying to do one video per week, as I said, and please like, comment and subscribe if you want to support the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.